I have been afraid of being misunderstood, afraid of giving more than I receive, afraid of opening the door to someone and discovering that what I called love was only another lesson in letting go. I do not say that to make my heart sound tragic. I say it because I want to be real with you from the beginning. I want the foundation beneath us to be made of truth, not performance. I do not want to meet you wearing armor and call it readiness. I want to meet you with the kind of honesty that can actually hold a life together. Maybe that is why I think so differently about love now. I no longer see it as a sudden feeling that rescues us from ourselves. I see it as something quieter, something deeper, something that asks us to come as we are, but not to remain careless with each other once we arrive. Love, at least the kind I dream of with you, feels less like falling and more like building. Slowly, intentionally, with patience, with reverence, with the understanding that what we create between us should be strong enough to shelter both our joy and our sorrow. But here is the truth I have never said out loud. Part of me used to believe that if I let someone see all of me, they would eventually find the reason to leave. Not because I was unlovable, but because I had grown too familiar with the idea that people are often more comfortable with the edited version of a soul than the whole thing. The polished version, the useful version, the version that does not need too much, feel too much, remember too much. So I learned how to give people the surface and keep the deeper rooms locked. I smiled when I was tired. I said I was fine when my spirit felt heavy. I learned how to survive conversations without ever truly being seen inside them. And yet, even then, something in me kept hoping. That is the strange thing about the heart. Even after disappointment, it still leans toward warmth. Even after silence, it still longs to be answered. Even after learning how to live without being deeply known, it still dreams of one day being met with a kind of love that does not flinch. I think that hope was always leading me toward you, even when I did not know your face, even when I could not imagine the details of the life we might share. It was shaping me in private, teaching me not just how to be loved, but how to love with depth, steadiness, and care. This is where something inside me changed. I stopped asking whether love would ever find me, and I started asking whether I was becoming the kind of man who could receive it with humility and give it with integrity. That question forced me inward. It made me look at the parts of myself that still needed healing, the parts that confused being needed with being valued, the parts that wanted connection but feared dependence, the parts that said they believed in